Quick check-in. Have you ever spent months trying to fix your energy, only to realize the problem might not actually be your energy? Yeah, let's talk about that. Welcome to the Balance Recruiter, a slightly unhinged, definitely honest space where we talk about burnout, balance, life transitions, and what happens when real life doesn't pause just because we need it to. Hi, I'm Chastity, former recruiter turned beauty sales lead, proud puppy mom, professional laundry dodger, and currently between grateful for what I have and wondering why something still feels off. And truthfully, I'm resisting the urge to disappear to Tuscany, like good wine, fresh pasta, vineyards, Renaissance art, and enough space to hear my own thoughts while I'm staring at beautiful landscapes of rolling hills without 17 notifications interrupting them. Honestly, this sounds less like a vacation and more like resetting my personality. So, okay, here's the reality check. What if you're not burnt out? What if you're misaligned? I know nobody likes that answer because burnout feels fixable. You take a break, get some sleep, use your PTO, drink more water. But misalignment? Misalignment will be getting you to ask those bigger questions. And quite honestly, these questions can get quite annoying. They're gonna hit you because these questions could actually get you down a rabbit hole. Because now you're going to be asking things like, do I actually want this? Do I still care about this? Is this version of success even for me? And I'm telling you, that's a lot harder than taking a nap. I think people expect misalignment to show up dramatically, like a movie. Like you'll wake up one morning and suddenly know exactly what's wrong. But honestly, the signs can be very quiet. It usually shows up as little thoughts. Like, why am I even doing this? Why doesn't this feel exciting anymore? Why am I working so hard for something I don't even want? And my personal favorite, if I stopped everything, possibly took a sabbatical, basically disappeared for a month, would I still choose this life? And that one will humble you real quick. So here's the part that hit me. Sometimes the job didn't change. Sometimes the relationship didn't change. Sometimes the opportunity didn't change. Sometimes you changed. And that's not betrayal. That's growth. Because the version of you who wanted something 5 years ago might not be the version of you sitting here today. And pretending otherwise doesn't make it true. High functioning people are the worst at noticing misalignment because we can function through anything. We'll make spreadsheets, color code it, push through it, make a pros and cons list, and somehow convince ourselves that we're happy. Meanwhile, our soul is in the corner waving a tiny red flag. Like, hey, I don't think we like this anymore. And we're like, not now. I'm busy living a high functioning life, going through stress and pretending it's not happening. And this is where I think a lot of people get stuck. They assume that I'm lazy, I'm ungrateful, I'm losing motivation. But what if it's not it? What if your exhaustion is information? What if your frustration is information? What if feeling off is actually your life trying to get your attention? Huh, that sounds like a lot. I know. And before anyone quits their job tomorrow, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying burn it all down. I'm not saying give it all up. I'm saying get curious. Notice what keeps coming up. Notice what's energizing you. Notice what's draining you and notice what you're forcing. Because clarity usually shows up in whispers before it starts screaming. Don't wait for the pots and pans to be clanking around before you figure it out that something feels off and you're misaligned. Thanks for hanging out with me today on The Balanced Recruiter. If today's version of balance looks like admitting something feels off, that's enough. And maybe this week, instead of asking yourself how to push through, ask yourself what you're trying to push past. Because one of the hardest things to admit is that something can still be good and no longer be the right fit for you. And maybe the goal isn't forcing yourself back into alignment with life you've outgrown. Maybe the goal is getting curious about what fits now. New episodes drop every Monday so we can start the week off strong together. Be sure to follow, share, and leave a rating if you can. It helps this space reach someone who might need this reminder too. Remember, burnout is real, balance is the goal, and I'm currently somewhere in between trying to get my doggy to eat his snack with one treat at a time or just giving him the whole bucket so he can be happy too. And I'll see you in the next episode.